Other interesting political news, you have Biden wanting to cancel $39 billion in student loans, despite the United States Supreme Court saying that's unconstitutional. You can't do that. Now, this specifically, the Biden administration announced that they would want to cancel $39 billion of student debt owed by more than 804,000 borrowers whose debt has been outstanding for more than 20 years. Now, I don't know why you can't pay off a loan in more than 20 years. I understand there are circumstances, but from a moral perspective, this also seems to be a trend of the United States government these days where they're frequently rewarding bad behaviors and showing people that you don't have to actually be responsible for anything. The government will just, Big Daddy government will take care of everything. Whether you chose a crappy degree, and you have all my sympathy. A lot of colleges push BS degrees that will never get a return on investment. I think that's certainly something we should sit down and talk about, how public schools brainwash kids to think if you don't go to college, you won't be successful. Ironically enough, the most successful people I know I know more millionaires who have no college degree than people I know who have college degrees who are still paying off those copious amounts of debt. So that's a conversation in and of itself we should be having. But again, where's this money coming from? You and me, the taxpayers. Doesn't seem fair. We didn't pay for those degrees. We didn't choose to take those loans out, but we'll be on the hook. Now, the Education Department said it wanted to implementing its plan to, quote, they announced in April 2022, to compensate borrowers for what they called, quote unquote, historical inaccuracies and other failures in how the agency and its contracted loan services had managed the income-driven repayment programs. This program is separate from President Joe Biden's sweeping student loan reform program that the Supreme Court struck down a couple weeks ago. But the announcement comes as Biden administration looks to highlight its alternative pathways for delivering student debt relief, which is a very fancy way of saying bailing someone else's out. Now, when asked for comment we have VP Kamala Harris. She said, quote, we will not stop here, in a statement praising the announcement as a, quote unquote, historical step to alleviate student debt burdens. Now, again, in many times, student loan is a burden, but it's a burden you chose. It's a harsh reality that you do have to man up and take responsibility for the decisions you made. Are the students, I would say the teachers, predatory and brainwashing students to think that's the only way they'll be successful? That's certainly something we can argue, but at the end of the day, it's a decision they made. They have to live with it. And from more perspective, and also a political perspective, I don't think it's the government's job to bail them out. And again, your neighbors and the people who didn't take out loans are the people that are bailing it out. So it'll be interesting to see how this new mechanism that they're trying, will the courts challenge that and overturn it and cancel it as well? It'll be interesting to see. Time shall tell. Now, I want to especially thank everyone for taking the time to tune in today. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of July, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like and comment. The feedback is greatly appreciated as we made the show better and better. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.